Let's go Ravens. We're almost halfway through another week, but this isn't just any week. The Baltimore Ravens are gearing up for another thrilling showdown. On Thursday, we'll face the Bengals, and I'm sure we'll win. Our team is in good shape, and Coach John Harbaugh has made it clear that he won't accept any result other than a win. I agree with that, and I believe we'll make it to the Super Bowl this season. If you do too, hit that like button hard. If possible, write something like, "Go Ravens. Let's win the Super Bowl." Now let's talk about something very important. Marlon Humphrey didn't hold back when discussing the Baltimore Ravens' defensive woes. And today, we're diving into what the star cornerback had to say and what it means for the team's future. With fans hungry for insight and clarity, Humphrey's candid take provided a refreshing perspective. The Ravens' defense, despite its flashes of brilliance, has faced significant challenges this season. Baltimore currently ranks last in the league in yards allowed per game, averaging a troubling 280.9 yards, and its defensive metrics in points allowed, 23rd, and EPA per dropback, 26th, highlight areas that need urgent attention. Humphrey's main message? The players themselves must step up. He noted that while it's easy to criticize the coach, many of the defensive issues stem from on-field execution. For example, he reflected on personal plays that he failed to execute correctly despite full practice. In his words, "Is it the coach's fault, or did we practice and then I didn't play exactly how I was supposed to?" That perspective highlights an often overlooked reality. Even the best game plans fail without proper execution. Adding to the complexity, Humphrey praised the return of veteran defensive coordinator Dean Pease, who has joined the team as a senior advisor. That move, aimed at bolstering the defensive strategy after a rocky start, appears to be paying off. Pease's presence and wealth of experience have already helped improve communication with current defensive coordinator Zach Orr. As Humphrey mentioned, the collaboration between Pease and Orr has been positive, providing additional insight and stability to the defense. The team's struggles, however, are not just a matter of strategy, but rather of limiting big plays and remaining consistent over 4 quarters. The Ravens' secondary, including key players like Marcus Williams, has been under the microscope. Williams' return has brought a mix of solid performances and a need for sharper execution. Even with his commendable play against Denver, where he helped set the tone early, it's clear that individual moments need to be built on reliable collective performance. Humphrey admitted that the defense has allowed too many big plays, which puts immense pressure on the offense to keep games within reach. Humphrey's words also pointed to a deeper truth that all Ravens fans can appreciate: accountability. The team isn't shying away from the tough conversations, and neither is he. The veteran cornerback openly acknowledged that while Baltimore escaped with a win against Cincinnati earlier in the season, the 38 points allowed were unacceptable. The defense knew it was lucky to come out on top. It's that self-awareness that will be crucial as they prepare for another matchup with the Bengals and look toward the postseason. Looking ahead, it's clear the Ravens will need more than just talent and experience. They'll need unwavering focus and discipline. The trade deadline has brought speculation about potential additions, but Humphrey's comments suggest that, above all, they need better execution from their current roster. With January approaching and a potential playoff run on the horizon, there's little room for error. The Ravens' path to a Lombardi Trophy challenge depends on the defense correcting its course and showing up when it matters most.
Now, Ravens fans, the question is yours. Do you agree with Marlon Humphrey's assessment that the responsibility lies with the players? Or do you think the coaching staff needs to do even more? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, we need to talk about something that happened today. Lamar Jackson's absence from practice has us all concerned again. We're coming off an impressive win over the Broncos, where Jackson reminded everyone why he's so essential to the team. However, seeing him miss practice on Tuesday makes you wonder, what's going on behind the scenes here? Now, here's the scoop. Tuesday marked Jackson's 3rd absence in just 4 practices, and the timing is hard to ignore with our short turnaround before facing the Bengals on Thursday night. Last week, Jackson's practice schedule was adjusted due to what the team described as minor back and knee injuries. Coach Harbaugh opted to rest him on Wednesday and Thursday, which allowed Jackson to recharge and come back full steam ahead of Friday. That change clearly paid off, given his strong showing on Sunday. So, is this part of a new strategy to keep our star quarterback fresh and ready for these short week games? Or is there more to the story? When asked about possibly easing Jackson's workload again this week, Coach Harbaugh gave a pretty straightforward answer. With only one real practice scheduled at full speed this week, he hinted that it might not be necessary to push Jackson or anyone else too hard. Harbaugh said, "Well, we only have one practice at speed this week, so I guess we have that going for us this week for the whole team," suggesting that the single practice may help everyone recover quicker and stay fresh. Now, that's interesting, because it shows a real shift in how this coaching staff approaches these demanding stretches in the schedule. Harbaugh's comments went deeper, too. He pointed out, "It's a long season, a lot of things happen, guys prepare different ways. Sometimes guys have things that they're dealing with, other times guys need rest. You take it as it presents itself." It's a flexible, almost player-first approach that we're seeing more often in today's NFL. With the Ravens playing at such a high level, protecting Jackson, especially for these grinded-out matchups, makes a lot of sense. Still, you've got to wonder if that approach could be a slippery slope. Lamar himself addressed that Monday, making it clear that he doesn't see this as a new norm. "Guys are out there working, so I don't have a problem with working," Jackson said, adding, "But if that's going to help me recover faster, yes, I'd be cool with it." To me, that says he's willing to follow the team's guidance but isn't interested in stepping back from practice on a regular basis. Jackson's words might just reflect his competitive nature. He's never been one to take a back seat, and his love for the game is clear every time he steps on the field. So, the balance between keeping him fresh and keeping him in rhythm is crucial here. Then there's the defensive side of things. Notably, defensive lineman Brent Urban and tight end Isaiah Likely were also absent from both Monday's walkthrough and Tuesday's practice. Urban is dealing with a concussion, while Likely's nursing a hamstring injury. These two are integral to the team's depth and versatility, and losing them, even for a short period, can shift the dynamics on both sides of the ball. Ravens fans know how impactful Likely's been, especially with his ability to block and get downfield as a receiving option. And Urban's presence on the line? That's key for stopping the Bengals' offense, especially with Joe Burrow looking sharper in recent weeks. So, depending on how Tuesday's injury report reads, we could be looking at some real lineup adjustments going into Thursday. Bottom line, these short week turnarounds are brutal, especially as we get deeper into the season. Jackson's missed practices could be just about keeping him fresh, but with this being his third in 4 sessions, it definitely raises some eyebrows. And while we're all hopeful he'll be good to go come Thursday night, you can't help but feel a bit on edge seeing him sit out. Coach Harbaugh's focus on a long season and individual preparation is a wise approach, especially if it keeps Jackson performing at his peak, but Ravens Nation knows how important every practice is, especially with AFC North competition heating up. So, what do you think, Ravens fans? Are you on board with a more relaxed practice schedule for our star QB if it means he's sharper on game day, or do you feel every rep counts when it comes to a team with championship aspirations? Let's hear your take. Drop your thoughts below, and we'll see you Thursday night for what's sure to be an intense AFC North showdown.